here with Stu Bailey, the CTO of Infoblox, an ONF member, here at the PlugFest at InCenter. Stu, what brings Infoblox here to the PlugFest?
Well, Rick, we really see this SDN, the software-defined movement, software-defined networking paradigm shift, fundamental to our customer base. We're really privileged to have some of the largest companies in the world as customers of ours, and there's clearly a shift happening from hardware as the center of attention to software as the center of attention as an industry-wide movement. And the Open Networking Foundation, from the really beginning of this paradigm shift, has been front and center as an advocate for the ultimate consumers of this market shift. And so, we just think this is the place to be to help provide the most value to our customer base over the time of this transition.
So as you guys look at the 1.3 testing that's going on so far this week, what are your impressions?
I'm really impressed with several things. One is the number of companies that are here and the sophistication of the solutions that they're bringing has certainly made tremendous progress over the last few years of doing these kinds of events. We've had the privilege of being here at most of them, if not all of them. Also, as always, the camaraderie and team spirit between the different vendors and solution providers is just, tremendously professional and, on par with any other interoperability event that I've been involved with.
As we look forward to the next few years, Stu, get your crystal ball out and talk about what's going to happen with this core of open source software. Not only the OpenFlow conformance regime, but OF test, OF config, all the programs that have kind of been wandering around out there that need some work. Does ONF have a role here to bring this talent together and to help create a more software-defined movement?
Yeah, well, I really believe ONF has a critical role. Again, one of the reasons we joined ONF so early is because it became clear that their leadership was really structured from technology consumers rather than technology producers, the vendor side, and that seems to be positioned to provide the most value to the market. And this is a huge paradigm shift in networking. If you really think of software becoming the center of value over any given time. I mean, imagine a time, this could be, 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years away, but imagine the time where you're buying networking hardware like you buy computing hardware today. Very generalized, very general purpose, very commoditized, and programmable after installation, and an independent software market emerging in the center of this networking economy. I mean, the world's just never seen that before in the networking industry. So software if that's the center of value, an organization needs to emerge to shepherd that kind of software into the market on behalf of the ultimate consumers of the technology, the companies that are actually buying products built on these kinds of software. We're just at the very beginning of that cycle. I don't know of any other organization that exists today that is as well positioned to be that kind of shepherd for the software, because it's not, in a software world, it's not going to be as much about standards. And we saw this with web and cloud computing. It's really about running code, adoption, the velocity of features, the ability for solutions to match use cases and requirements at market economics that are just very different than building hardware-based solutions. Again, in some ways, the networking industry is kind of the last of the IT industries to become software-defined. We've seen this transformation happen in the compute and data center side. The ONF really seems to be the best position to kind of shepherd that kind of software focus into the marketplace, again, on behalf of the market in general and the consumers of the technology, not the vendors.
Stu, I was surprised to learn that you've had a second career in coaching basketball. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, well, I was down in the dumps, just programming here and there, and this guy Rick Bauer came along and he gave me this tremendous opportunity to, take a few more shots at the hoop. So I just said yes.
We've been talking with CTO Stu Bailey of Infoblox here at the InCenter PlugFest in May of 2014. This is Rick Bauer for ONF. Thanks. Bye-bye.